Donald Trump, right? I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. But as somebody who doesn't like Trump, I also don't like Trump himself. And that's made me realize that maybe I think Donald Trump is not the right candidate for this group of voters.
In January 2022 on the Very Fine People podcast, J.D. Vance wishes he never said,
I certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally.
In July 2024, Vance's website was removed and his URL was redirected to Trump's, and it makes perfect sense because he wants to hide the fact that he wants a federal abortion ban.
That's tyranny.
Seems like this older millennial has never heard of the Wayback Machine.
Eliminating abortion is first and foremost about protecting the unborn, but it's also about making our society more pro-child and pro-family.
First of all, I never supported a national ban.
Oh, yes. You did.
I certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally.
That's tyranny.
I know Trump said he'd veto an abortion ban, but later you'll hear Vance blame Vice President Harris for casting a deciding vote.
She's the sitting vice president. She bears the responsibility, in some cases even casting the tie-breaking vote.
If James thinks as VP he could cast a deciding vote for the abortion ban, surely he would. James's website also said,
We'll expand child tax credits.
Dude, this is awesome.
President Trump and I believe in expanded child tax credit, but we also importantly want to actually get this thing done.
There's just a vote on this, you know that.
Well, let's.
And you weren't there.
Total dickhead.
If J.D. Vance sincerely gave a wit about working families in America, he would have shown up in the Senate and voted for my proposal to expand the child tax credit.
That's right.
he wants to expand the child tax credit, but doesn't use his influence as senator to encourage his colleagues to support legislation that would expand the child tax credit, because he has
Tyranny.
No one wants the threats against his life to happen, but you can't blame the media for those threats. There's been no evidence. That's what drove those.
And allows people to have a platform to call someone literally Hitler every day for 9 years, it creates it. Okay. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's a fact.
But as you know, J.D. Vance once likened your dad to Hitler as well. He questioned if he was America's Hitler.
I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical asshole like Nixon, who wouldn't be that bad and might even prove useful, or that he's America's Hitler.
I was wrong about Donald Trump because I believed some of the media stories that turned out to be dishonest fabrications of his record.
That's right, it's not his fault he chose to get information about a president's record from the
Fake news media.
Now a dozen eggs will cost you around $4 thanks to Kamala Harris's inflationary policies. It's because she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act.
I am made of questions right now.
Isn't it the president who creates policies? Why is there a $2.99 price behind you? How many eggs are there in a Republican dozen? I can see why James worked briefly as a lawyer. He's a bloody terrible liar.
I think that this election is really having a negative effect. It's giving people an excuse to point the finger at someone else. It's Mexican immigrants or Chinese trade or
innocent Haitians who are paying into a social fund that benefits US citizens.
Haitians are eating dogs and cats. Can you affirmatively say now that that is a rumor?
The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to,
but it wasn't just a meme.
Create stories.
You just said that you're creating a story.
Public policy.
No one thinks about their hearing until you start losing it. And then you think about it a lot.
Sorry, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created.
Do innocent children really deserve to live in fear because of Trump and Vance's lies?
Of course not, no.
Here's James bragging about his debate performance with Tim Walz.
I try to actually answer the questions, which in some cases, I think I probably try too hard to answer the question.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
Ah, yes, the future of 4 years ago. James knows if he tells the truth, Trump will say,
"You're fired."
Now, watch these dunces prove they've only seen clips of the debate as they accuse the opposition of doing what James did on the very first question.
Particularly when the opposition, every question they're asked, they tell you about their growing up.
Would you support or oppose a preemptive strike by Israel on Iran?
We're going to answer the question first of all. Thanks for debate. And thanks for supporting the American people who are watching this evening and caring about this country. Thanks for the question. I'm going to answer the question, but I'm actually going to introduce myself a little bit because I realize a lot of Americans don't know who I are. I was raised in a working class family. My mother required food assistance for years of her life. My grandmother required Social Security help to raise me. And she raised me in part because my mother struggled with addiction for a big chunk of her life. I went to college on GI Bill after I enlisted in the Marine Corps and served in Iraq. So I stand here asking you, Vice President, with extraordinary gratitude for this country. The American dream made it possible for me to live my dreams. And most importantly, I know that a lot of you are worried about the chaos in the world and feeling that the American dream is unattainable. I will try to convince you in 90 minutes that if we get better leadership in the White House, if we get Donald Trump back in the White House, the American dream is going to be attainable once again.
James spent a full minute not answering the first question, and look at him laugh when the opposition do the same thing. Did he forget, or did he send an alien to debate in his place? These snowflakes disable likes and dislikes so you can't see them with an extension, because that's what ruthless podcasters do. This video where James tries to order a donut reminded me of the alien in Men in Black trying to pass for human.
Sugar.
Give me sugar.
Kamala Harris is very insecure. She doesn't like to be challenged. If you don't like to be challenged and you don't like to engage in open debate, you should be nowhere near the Oval Office of the United States of America.
Are you sure?
She's done one debate. I've done two. It's too late to do another. I'd love to in many ways, but it's too late.
Pussy.
We cannot tell the American people that one candidate is a fascist.
Really? She's a Marxist, communist, fascist.
James Vance really is a professional rake stomper.
Like the bloody video.